Today we explore one of Charles Spurgeon's sermons, titled The Kingly Priesthood of the Saints, delivered in January of 1855. The central theme is taken from Revelation 5, verse 10, "And hast made us unto our God kings and priests, and we shall reign on the earth." Spurgeon unfolds this verse in three great movements: the Redeemer's work, the saints' honors, and the future reign of God's people. Spurgeon begins by pointing to the harmony of heavenly worship. He pictures the saints singing before God's throne, joining with angels in perfect praise. On earth, our songs are often broken by sin and discord, but in heaven, the redeemed sing with purity and joy. He stresses that the saints owe all their honors to Christ. In heaven, no one sings of their own works, but only the Lamb who redeemed them by his blood. This gives perspective. Salvation is entirely God's work, not ours. Spurgeon explains that Christ made his people kings and priests in three ways. First, by the eternal covenant of grace, where Christ pledged himself as mediator. Second, by his suffering and death, when he drank the bitter cup in Gethsemane and bore the cross for our salvation. And third, by his resurrection and ascension, which completed the work and secured our justification. Each act of Christ confirmed the believer's royal and priestly standing before God. Spurgeon then shifts to the honors of saints. Believers are not only saved but elevated. They are kings and priests. As kings, they share in Christ's dominion, having authority over sin and power through God's Spirit. As priests, they enjoy direct access to God, bringing prayers and offerings without the need of a human mediator. This double honor, kingly authority and priestly nearness, is the inheritance of every believer. He reminds us that Christians, though they may seem weak or poor in this world, are in truth of royal blood. Their ancestry traces back not to earthly monarchs, but to God himself, for they are born of the Spirit and belong to Christ's royal family. He describes their heavenly retinue, not servants or armies of men, but angels attending to them, and their heavenly crown, not made of earthly gold, but a crown of righteousness laid up in glory. Yet Spurgeon is clear that this royalty does not exempt the saints from suffering. Just as earthly kings may wear crowns that bring sorrow, so believers often face trials. But their suffering is not defeat. It is preparation for eternal glory. Even in tribulation, they can say, "We are kings," because their dominion is secured in Christ, and one day they shall reign openly with him. As priests, believers have not only dignity, but also duty. Each one is called to serve at God's altar, to offer sacrifices of prayer, praise, and generous giving. Spurgeon urges his hearers not to neglect this calling. Priests in the Old Testament entered sacred courts where others could not, but now every believer has that privilege through Christ. Access to God's throne is a daily reality, and with it comes a responsibility to live as priests in holiness and devotion. Finally, Spurgeon looks to the future, and we shall reign on the earth. Though he does not speculate much on the details of the millennium, he affirms the truth that Christ will reign and that his saints will reign with him. This reign will not be marked by worldly pomp, but by spiritual authority, holiness, and joy in God's presence. The saints, once despised, will be honored. The meek shall inherit the earth. In summary, Spurgeon's sermon teaches that the believer's identity is rooted in Christ's redeeming work. Through him, we are kings with authority over sin and priests with access to God. Though now we face trials, our destiny is to reign with Christ in glory. This vision calls us to live now in the dignity and responsibility of our royal priesthood, while we await the day when every crown will be cast before the throne of God. Thank you for joining us, and please like the video, subscribe, and share. God bless you all, and I hope to see you again.